I'm Matt Markey with the latest Mersey Focus news. Our top story, the glamour, the glitz and the sun shining down on Aintree. It's back, the biggest, most famous horse race in the world. After 3 years, the eyes of the horse racing world would be focused on Aintree. 40 runners have been declared for the National on Saturday, with Rachel Blackmore hoping to repeat her historic win last year on Manila Times, becoming the first female jockey to master the 4-mile-long course. And today, the focus was certainly on the female race. Albeit not on the track, but parading in all shapes and sizes, as Shannon Pickett, sporting a fetching leather jacket, reports.
Everyone is definitely in high spirits, with many hoping to win a big amount of money to help them carry on the party after the races. People have arrived from all around to join in the fun after 2 years of the Grand National being cancelled due to COVID.
All the losers, probably. the three-legged horses, I'd imagine. Me, loving it, having a great day. But I'm definitely going to lose a lot of money.
Ladies Day! All day getting dressed up with the girls, having a few drinks. As you can tell, they've already had a few drinks.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. First girls' day in 3 years. Yeah, very long time coming.
I've come down from Aberdeen, so looking forward to the races. Pretty big punters are we?
I would think so. I'm not the biggest, but I like a punt myself. I'm not the best.
So we're going for a Hoy Senior today. Yeah. Scottish race.
Yeah, guys, listen, it's all good day. Yeah, everyone donate to the Ukraine cause, absolutely. And here, have a good day, everyone.
The 3-day event kicked off yesterday with NHS Day, and of course tomorrow it's the big event, the actual Grand National. The race has been a sporting institution since 1839, and it's made the likes of Red Rum, Jenny Pittman and Ginger McCain household names. Last year, Rachel Blackmore was the first female jockey to win the 182-year history. This is a huge event for Liverpool, there's no doubt about that.
But the National isn't all about the fashion, the high heels, the big hats and the horses. For Merseyside, the 3-day-long race meeting is a multi-million-pound money spinner. More than 150,000 racing enthusiasts are expected to attend over the next 3 days, while the National itself will be broadcast around the world. Matthew Welch has more.
It's back. No closed doors, no virtual events. It's real this time. The Grand National returns with crowds at full capacity for the first time in 3 years. Every year, thousands of people bet on who they think will win the award, and the event attracts visitors from all over the country to Liverpool.
But for the city, it generates absolute millions. So the fact that there was no crowds last year would have cost all the bars, all the hotels, all the restaurants, the whole city, multi-million pounds.
Just over 150,000 fans visited Merseyside in 2016, showing just how massive Aintree is for the city. In Aintree itself, the local hospitality industry made 10 million in revenue, and Aintree itself generated 30 million through tourists and fans.
Ladies, especially in Liverpool, has always been a massive event. Almost rivals the actual race day itself.
Matthew Welch, Mersey Focus, Liverpool.
Meanwhile, in the run-up to the festival's return, Merseyside Police have been working closely with the racecourse, local councils, Mersey Travel and other partners to plan the event with public safety as a priority. Stringent security checks are being carried out and armed police are on duty. Merseyside Police say they will not tolerate any violent, antisocial behaviour, and a dispersal order has already been put in place around Aintree after gangs of youths were reportedly damaging local businesses and intimidating residents. Empower, aimed at preventing sexual violence within the city centre, will also be running this weekend. Officers will be deployed in pubs and clubs, looking out for those engaged in predatory behaviour towards women and girls. Well, it's not just Aintree that's back with a bang. After a 2-year wait, students across Merseyside are finally getting to enjoy their graduation ceremonies. Today was the turn of the Humanities School at the University of Liverpool. Bella Cox was there.
Liverpool University 2020 graduates have finally been able to attend their graduation day today. Some graduates had a mixed view on the graduation delay.
It's COVID really, isn't it? So you can understand obviously why they're delayed. But then I swear John Moores, Ed Gill and Hope all had theirs a year, like when it was COVID anyway. So I don't know why, to be honest, but at least the day's actually happened.
I mean, better late than never. Like, I think sort of, given how much we sort of missed out on, it's good to actually have that send-off and that sort of like, that confirmation that you've finished. So I think, yeah, better to have it than not have it at all, or have it online, I think.
In all honesty, like, I'm glad it's happened, but I would say I do wish it was back when I graduated, because it feels more authentic, because I've started working now, so I almost forgot about it. But on the plus side, I get to meet my friends again a year later, so I'd say it has its ups and downs altogether.
The head of Liverpool John Moore Screen School, Rachel McLean, proposed her alternate view to the delayed graduations.
Graduation is such a big part of our academic life, you know, it's what we all build up to. We all love graduation, where we get to see the students celebrating their success, get to meet their families. So we were all obviously, you know, really disappointed, devastated in fact that we couldn't have graduation for the last 2 years worth of graduates. So yeah, it's been really upsetting for the staff, but the fact that we can now do it in, 2022, I guess better late than never. It'll be really nice, a different sort of take on it, where the staff will be able to see what the students are up to and what they've achieved since they graduated in 2020.
Litter is blighting local beauty spots as the warm weather draws crowds outside to drink and enjoy the sun. Sefton Park suffered from burnt down bins, grass scorched by disposable barbecues and piles of rubbish left abandoned last weekend. Local environmental groups are trying their best to fight against the litter louts. Connie Harpham reports.
23 pieces of rubbish are dropped in the UK every second, according to data collected by Regatta for their campaign Keep Britain Tidy. The Wirral Wombles are one of many local litter-picking Facebook groups with over 3,000 members trying to tackle the issue. Elizabeth Ledsham is a current member, encouraging more to get involved.
Anyone can be a Womble. They can just Womble on their own. They can join the Facebook, the Wirral Wombles Facebook group if they want to, but it's all very informal. It's all very friendly. The message is getting out to schools and young children. You see lots of videos of mini Wombles out with their little mini litter pickers, and so the message and the education that's going out to the youngsters is also really positive.
Annie Houston runs the beach and park cleanups for her wildlife conservation group. She says Liverpool is particularly bad for litter and worries about its impact on the environment.
Well, it's especially bad like in a park like this where it's got a pond, and then it's like water birds will see litter in the pond and they'll try and eat it, and then that like fills them up and basically kills them. And also it's just like it smothers plants, like it stops them growing. And people like go there for their mental health, to green spaces, and then it's just a load of litter, which isn't very nice.
Police searches this week have found knives, hammers and used needles in the undergrowth around local parks. Anyone wishing to volunteer as a litter picker has been warned to remain vigilant. Connie Harpham, Mersey Focus Live.
There's still no sign of public consultations resuming over the controversial plans for the multi-million-pound Port of Liverpool access road. The route is due to carve through the Rimrose Valley Country Park. Protesters have accused National Highways England of delaying reports into the harmful effects it will have on the environment. Here's Ryan Everett with more.
National Highways have blamed COVID for the delays in carrying out surveys on the impact to Rimrose Valley and the wider environment. Now, its experts are aiming to walk the route through the park to collect more up-to-date information about animal and plant species living in Rimrose Valley. Knowing exactly what's there will now help them to maintain and improve biodiversity in the area. They also want environmental specialists to resume collecting data about air quality and noise, but the Save Rimrose Valley campaign say the road will have a devastating effect.
Created in the 90s, it's amazing what Mother Nature does. It's become habitat to things like barn owls, water voles. We've got roe deer on the park, kestrels. It's just an amazing resource. And
ironically, the campaigners say delays to the £350 million scheme have worked in their favour.
But I think what I've learned is that a campaign's best friend is delay. Yeah. And you know, the best measure of success is that there's no road and there's not even any initial construction work. They've done some survey work, but they're behind schedule. And I think the biggest challenge we faced at the start was a lack of awareness of what was going on. Peel Ports and National Highways England, as they were then known, were always in the press saying, this is happening, this is what it's going to do, and it was presented as a done deal. And changing that mentality and raising awareness of what was happening and the fact that actually it's not a done deal because it has to go through the planning process. I think what it does, it empowers people and it makes people think, you know, this is my area, I live here, I should have a say in what's going on.
Meanwhile, National Highways are yet to confirm a date when public consultations will resume. Ryan Everett, Mersey Focus News.
Liverpool's bus services are expected to receive a boost as part of the government Levelling Up programme. However, the funds received are far less than was requested by the City Combined Authority. Oliver Nolan-Davis has more.
Liverpool will be allocated £12 million to level up bus services. This is part of the plan by the Department for Transport to make buses cheaper, more frequent and greener. 30 other areas were chosen for the funding, including Greater Manchester and the West Midlands. The areas were chosen according to the DFT for their ambition to repeat the success achieved in London. In plans published last year, Liverpool City Region Combined Authority sought a £667.4 million investment. The Combined Authority was allocated £12.3 million in a recent announcement, approximately £655 million less than requested.
Thank you for joining us, and that was the latest. If you want more on these stories, visit our website www.merseyfocus@wordpress.com. And if you have any news or sports updates for us, email merseyfocus@wordpress.com. Good night.